Hello, Gary from CAS Netlink here. I was just sitting around, well, not sitting around, I was just doing a little bit of SEO on my website Sunday afternoon, and it gave me a good idea for a new blog post and a video explaining what SEO is. No doubt you've seen television advertisements, magazine advertisements, all talking about the importance of this SEO. So first off, that is how it's pronounced, SEO. It's not SEO or SEO. It's an acronym for search engine optimization. Although it has changed a bit, the focus isn't entirely on search engines these days, but we'll get to that in a minute. Um, Basically, SEO had its beginnings in uh, making changes or designing your website in such a way that it listed higher in the search engines, because obviously if you can get on page one of some Google results, then you're going to get more website visitors. Now, there are two types, or two main types of SEO, and that's what they call on-page SEO and off-page SEO. And it's the off-page SEO that's changed a lot over the last few years. On-page is things like keywords. So, for example, with our website here, there are things like web hosting domains as a heading, Ballarat broadband ADSL as a heading. These are the sort of things that can make a difference to how well you rank, because obviously Google, Bing, and Yahoo all want to give their search audience the most relevant results, and also the most valuable content. Relevant results aren't always valuable content. I'm sure you've come across some pretty ugly, pointless web pages that have a little bit of text and they're mostly ads. So that's another part of it as well. So that's the on-page SEO, and it includes things like page titles, page headings, and of course the content. It's really all about the content, providing content that's valuable to the people that you want visiting your website. Now, even from that point of view, I know that we concentrate on two types of content, and that's local content and content that might be of interest to a broader audience. So if you look at things like A Little Christmas Cheer, obviously that's local. This one here is aimed at anybody. It's handy, obviously, to our local customers, adding a HTML signature to Outlook 2010. But it's also a search term that is searched for fairly regularly. Now, the reason that particular article came about was because I spent 2 or 3 hours trying to figure out how you add this HTML signature. It was very easy in earlier versions of Outlook, but things changed. So that's the reason that we have that one. And then, some of our security alerts that we've had, and how to create strong, memorable passwords. Just things that could be of interest to anybody, but are also of interest to our own customers and people in the local area. So that's the on-page SEO. The off-page SEO are things like links back to your website from other websites, social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter. So they're things that aren't on your website that can affect how well your website ranks in the search engines. So, obviously very important, just as important as the on-page SEO. When Google ranks websites, and Google is the one that people want to rank the best in, because it's got the largest search audience, and when they rank websites, they put a fair amount of emphasis on backlinks. But as the years have gone by, people have developed various ways to create deceptive links, and there were things called link farms, and all sorts of things that were specifically designed to make a site rank well in Google, regardless of whether it was of value or not. The whole idea was, if I can rank my site on the first page, I'll get a lot of hits from Google, and I'll put some ads on there and I'll make money from those. And obviously Google doesn't want that. They prefer that the sites were of actual value to people. So another important part is these backlinks, but you have to be really careful about how you go about that. You can pay for backlinks, but again, it's kind of a short-term solution really, because sooner or later Google will find a way to weed those out, and then all of a sudden you've lost your ranking in the search engine. So it's always better to concentrate on legitimate methods of making your website great, so that it ranks well, rather than doing shady things like paying for links from high value sites and things like that. I've actually spent a fair amount of time over the past 6 months or so doing various things to have our website rank well for web hosting Ballarat. And that's the other thing, you go back a few years and people wanted to just rank for web hosting, and these days, because Google, Bing and Yahoo have like a local search result kind of system, having that broad let me start that sentence again. Ranking for a broad term like web hosting isn't of much value, because most people in other countries and around the world aren't necessarily going to want to get web hosting in Ballarat. So we're targeting the local audience. So the things that I've done have worked quite well. If you go to Google, type in web hosting Ballarat, hit the enter key, you'll see that we're number 1 and number 2. So we've got the first 2 results. These ones up here are paid results, so you actually have to pay Google. They're ads, they're not search engine results. And the same down the side here, these are actually ads. Whereas these are what they call the organic results. These are natural. So we've done quite well there, ranking 1 and 2. If we go to Bing, same thing. We're hosting Ballarat. On there, where are we? Oh, that's a surprise. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's interesting. I checked that about 10 minutes ago, and we were the second from the top. So perhaps they rotate there. Oh, hang on. It's because there's not a gap in it, I bet. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, we come up second on there, and on Yahoo 7, also second there. Now, one of the things I'll be doing is looking at this website, and when we track SEO results, we actually track our competition as well. You really have to do that if you want to get to the top. But those results are good. First and second on Google, second on Bing, second on Yahoo. There's certainly nothing to be sneezed at. So I guess the first thing that you need to do for your own search engine optimization is have a look at where you stand, where you come in the results when you search for your business and Ballarat. So, for instance, if you do car sales, you would want to search for car sales Ballarat. And that brings back actually carsales.com.au, which isn't a Ballarat business. So see, that sort of leaves that wide open. Obviously our local car sales people, there are some local listings here, but obviously they aren't optimizing their websites. Otherwise they would be, one of them would be in that number 1 position. I guess I'll just try accountant Ballarat. I think some of those do okay. Yeah, so these results here are a little bit different. They're what they call the local results, and there are ways that you can improve your website to make sure that you get to the top of that. But all of these here are in Ballarat. But then go back to the organic listings, and there aren't any actual Ballarat accountants in those first few. You have to scroll down. Looks like Bicknells are the first, and then Smith and Jennings. So yeah, the interesting results, but these are the things that you need to look at. The thing is, the better that your results are in the search engines, the more people are going to come to your website. So the first thing that you do is optimize your website for search engines. You make use of social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter. And then back on your website, as far as the on-page optimization goes, you also look at conversions, because it's one thing to have people coming to your website, but then you need to convert them to customers. Otherwise, it's still really no use to your bottom line. It doesn't matter how much time or money you spend if you're not converting website visitors into customers. Then there's not much point in improving your website listing in the search engines. So look, that was a really quick overview of what search engine optimization is. It is basically the science of getting more visitors to your website by providing good content on your site, linking it from other websites, and making use of your social networking profiles.